everyone. So first video review for this week is for She Loves Me by Michelle Arnold. If you'd like to check out my Goodreads review, I did just post that the other day. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you are on Facebook or on my blog, then there is a link within the post. So I hope you're going to check that out. And this is the video review. So She Loves Me by Michelle Arnold is a short story collection. It's stories that Michelle has written over the years and a few extra ones that she's done, and then she's put them all together in this amazing collection for us, and it really was a great collection. There was just a brilliant range of genres covered, and I couldn't have been happier. I really couldn't have been happier. I had read I think most of these stories as a beta reader before I read them as the book was put together, so I'd read them all over the place, and then Michelle's expertly organised them into giving you a nice range of emotion throughout the book, so you get a good balance whilst reading through of emotional stories and happy stories and all sorts of other things, so funny little comedy bits and everything. So the variety of the stories were great, and you had some visits with some old friends. So if you are a fan of Michelle's, or you've read any of Michelle's other books, you might recognise some of the characters, the Saddlers, which had me feeling all sorts whilst I was reading these stories. Really, it did, because I love the Saddlers anyway. Any of you that haven't checked out the Amy Sadler Detective Mysteries series, you need to do that. And these stories, they might give you a little insight into Amy and Lyra, and you might then suddenly really want to read the mysteries, which I hope you will. But they give you a nice little taste of them as characters, and if you are familiar with them, you will just absolutely adore the fact that you have some little additional snippets of their life, because they were just lovely, just absolutely lovely. So, like I said, I was reading this, I was feeling all sorts of things, and to read these stories again for me for a second time, because the first time obviously reading them, I was beta reading them, but to read them as the finished article, as the finished story, was just something special. 1 minute you'll literally be dying with laughter, and the next minute you'll be crying your eyes out, but you'll be able to emotionally connect on some level with each of these characters. They really are little gems of a story, so you will find something in the story that you can connect with, understand, or just sympathise with, or empathise with, or whatever it is that you feel when you're reading certain stories. There is something in each story that you can connect with. But I had so much fun reading these, especially the three little stories, like I say, about the Saddlers. They really are faves of mine, and they crept up more than once in here as well, so that was great as well. There wasn't just one little short story about them. I think there were 3 in there, so it's definitely, for any Amy and Lyra fans, this is definitely a must-have book. You need to grab this, because you're missing out on little snippets of their life, and you don't want to miss them. But meeting some new characters as well, and getting an insight into some of Michelle's previously written stories was also very interesting, because you also get to see how someone might have developed their writing over time, and you can definitely see that with Michelle. You can see stories that she wrote previously, and now stories that she's edited and put into this collection. And it's really interesting, especially I think one of the stories had previously been published, so you may have already read it if you've read some of Michelle's older stuff. But it was the first time for me reading some of the stuff that she's previously published, and I was very moved. It was a real treat to get to experience that as well. Something old and something new put together to create something wonderful, and it was a real experience reading through each of the stories. And you could read them all as one. You could just read this as a short story collection. It was really easy to go through, or you could read just 1 or 2 when you felt like just escaping for a little while, which I think was really lovely, because that way you get to break it down a bit. You're not fully invested in reading them in order. Even if you don't want to, you can jump around, you can just pick one up, you can reread your favourite over and over again. I love these short story collections because they give you something where you can just escape for a little while, and then you can escape somewhere else a little while later if you want to, without having to sit for hours. So if you've just got like a little lunch break or something, you can just pick this up and you can just read your little story in your break, and then feel happy or be crying. I don't know, it depends which one you read. But I just think, well, there was something to suit your mood. Whatever mood you were in, there'll be a story in here to suit your mood. And then sometimes you'll be sitting around in some sort of mood, and you will think, I know what I want to read. That little story really gave me a pick-me-up, or that little story I really identified with, and that's how I'm feeling right now. So I'm going to read that just to escape or connect for a little while, and I think that was really nice. But it literally had the cute and the funny, more emotional, moving stories, and just everything you could want in a short story collection to give you variety. So I really enjoyed reading this. I'd highly recommend it. Michelle is so talented, and this just proves that she can work across a range of genres, and she can provide you with comedic, she can provide you with deeper moving, and she can provide you with funny and cute and fluffy. She really can just jump in and out of genres and deliver a great story each time. So I hope you'll go and check it out. I'll pop a link in the description so you can grab yourselves a copy. If you do grab a copy, then great. If you've already read She Loves Me by Michelle Arnold, please let me know what you thought of it. Get in touch, comment below. What was your favourite story? Which ones really moved you? Which ones did you like the best? And obviously, if you are a fan of Amy and Lyra, please let me know which one of those little stories was your favourite, because they are so cute. And yeah, I really just hope you'll go and check it out. If you haven't already grabbed yourselves a copy, if it's on your to be read list, or you're planning to read it, or you're now really interested in reading it, again, let us know. And if you do read it, I really hope you enjoy it. Bye.